Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Red. Yeah, something positive. I was thinking about it to do a video, something positive, and not talk about Liverpool and be depressed, be sad. Something positive, and it's the only thing us Liverpool fans are happy about. We're like, yes, go on, Stevie. Be positive about. It's Steven Gerrard. He's won the league with Glasgow Rangers. Absolute huge success. The club has been in turmoil their last decade. They've been having all kinds of problems financially, going down the leagues, being almost liquidated, relegation, losing derbies every single time. And Steven Gerrard, after three years in charge, has been appointed in 2018, has won the league, smashing Celtic out of the ballpark. Celtic have been orthodox this year. Invincible, unbeaten in Europe. They've only lost one league game. Only one, no, not one league game, only one game of the whole season. I think it was like a cup game or something. So they're invincible, unbeaten in Europe, still going in the Europa League, and they've won the league in the most earliest time possible ever in history recorded since date. It's just incredible how he's just transformed it just like that and made them a invincible title-winning side within a short space of time. And Steven Gerrard, he retired, he went to America, played for a year, then retired, that's what I'm trying to say. Then went back to Liverpool with Jurgen, coached the under-18s, coached Curtis Jones, one of those players. I think he also coached Kent maybe, I don't know. But he coached for 1 year at the youth level at Liverpool, and then Rangers appointed him. And he started, okay, he started philosophies, getting Deadwood out of the club. And so on. So he started making quick changes to the philosophy, to the mentality of the club. And all of a sudden, it's right up here. They were challenging Celtic. They've got smashed a couple of times. But that's what you're going to get. You're changing your side. You're being more attacking on the front foot. And that's what it is with the playing style of Rangers. Because I've only seen them a couple of times. But, I try to watch as many highlights as you can as possible. And try to watch derbies and the cups and all that. They play 4-3-3, right? It's very similar to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, 4-3-3. And the way their roles on the pitch, they use the fullbacks a lot, so you can see the similarities with Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool team. So bombing fullbacks, midfielders working with that. Davis is a defensive midfielder who's just breaking up the player left, right, and center. He's in his mid-30s, I think, and he's still going. He's basically their James Milner. They're rocking their midfield, and their fullbacks Tavernier and so on are just bombing on, supporting the attack with Morales, Ryan Kent, Hadji. So they've got extreme amount of talent. Even Kemal Roof, he scored that absolute beauty a few months ago. I'm sure you've seen it, the Europa League goal where he scored from the halfway line. It was one of the best goals Gerrard said he's seen ever. It was just amazing, that goal. So they've got him as an option. But someone like Morales, let's talk about him, because he's such a hot-headed guy, a personality. He's so hot-headed. What else? What's the word I'm looking for? He's such he's a big game player, right? He's a big character. And Gerrard, the first season he was there, Morales got about 5 red cards in one season, 5 red cards in a league season. And he hasn't got one since. So the man management in Gerrard probably got it from different types of, so got it probably from Rodgers, Rafa, and Gerrard Houllier. That's probably where he got the man management from, Houllier, more often, in terms of, as a young player, how to man manage a bit. Houllier and sort of that sort of era where he had Bobby Robson and those sort of managers where he took man managers. So Alex Ferguson did it as well. So Gerrard is learning sort of on the job by he's getting the best out of players. So Morales is a fantastic player, but he's a very unmanageable player to control. That's quoted to be his downfall. He's a hard player to manage. So Gerrard's come in, 5 red cards, and he's still one of the best players in the league. And he's managed him since, and he's joking about him. And Morales has also said the man manager's been magnificent. And the other day where it's fine, he's down to Sweet Caroline, he'll be fine. And it's fucking hilarious. So the man manager, you can see he's learning on the job, and he's doing his he's building up his resume in terms of hard play, because lots of managers, top players, when they go into management, Keane, Neville, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Arteta, Lampard, for example, when they go into management, they find it hard to, what's the word? They find it hard to relate to the player. So like, oh, you're not as good as me, or mentally you're not as good as me. So, because Roy Keane had this a lot at Ipswich, where he'd be in the dressing room and think, you're right, you guys aren't good as me, and he'd find it hard to communicate on the same level, relate to give advice. You find it hard. And when you see Steven Gerrard going to the youth team and now going to a top big team, but not the standard as he would have been or he would have played with. He played with crap, but he would have played better players around him. So you understand it, to talk on a, I'm spitting everywhere, to talk on a smaller level and be able to relate and communicate and tell you, this is how I want to play, and to get the best out of him, like Morelos, Kant, Tavernier, and so on. It's just amazing. And with the squad, like I said, lots of dead wood out the door, in plays in, and you refresh the squad after 2-3 years. I think there's a list somewhere that only 4 players remained to what he started with, to what he started with. So it was Morelos, Tavernier. Who else is there from the start? I don't know, but there's 4 players, those 2, and there's a couple more. So he's refreshed the squad all completely, and these players are playing with the style, and you're thinking, this playing style, how does he play? Because they don't concede at all, but they're so attacking. So it's hard to be a Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool team to play like that. I mean, the intensity, the way they attack, the way their fullbacks attacking, it's hard to keep, lots of clean sheets and defend. So they're keeping lots of clean sheets, but they're scoring. There's so many results: 2-0, 3-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2-0. They're fucking not conceding. And I thought at the start of the year, they play like Rafa Benitez. So Gerrard often says Rafa had the biggest impact on him in terms of compact, defensively, steady, in the game all the time, and be able to compete with the best of the best. And that's what he did with against Celtic a couple of times, but this year's turned more into Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Bang, 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 intensity, pressure, pressing from the front and so on, and attackers pressing from. So you got Kent, Hadji, Morelos, quick, Kemar Roof, all quick plays, mobile plays, and they're such a mobile attack force. And that's what I thought Gerrard was, a bit more Rafa, where you had good defense and a good goal scorer up front with Morelos. So you had Torres and as our Morelos, and a compact defense. So you had 1-0, 2-0, 2-1s all the time. But it's been more intensity, more Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, and it'll be interesting to see how he adapts, how he grows as a manager, because he had Julia, who was, a bit more possession type manager, a bit more quick. But then he had Rafa Benitez, compact, defensively, stable. And then he had Hodgson. I mean, fuck off with Hodgson. Then he had Dalglish, and then Rodgers, Brendan Rodgers, a bit more attacking, possession. So he had all types of things, and counter-attacking sort of thing. So he had all different types of things, all types of different managers when he was playing. So it'd be interesting to see how he grows. And then obviously he learned with Jurgen Klopp, who's a bit more front-footed as manager, modern in terms of the way he plays. It's interesting. So they've won the league title. They're still going in the Europa League. It's crazy. Unbeaten. They've got Slavia Praha this week. I try to watch as many games of Rangers as possible, but it's hard when it starts at 4:55 a.m. as a Europa League game on the Friday morning. Not really good, but that's what you got to do with Australia times. So yeah, he's still in Europe. He's smashed the league out of the ballpark completely. He's absolutely flown it by. Celtic are doing crap, and Champions League footy next year. Imagine if he wins the Europa League and they're in the Champions League next year. I can only imagine. It'd be amazing, but it'd be interesting to see, because the next step, because Gerrard, tick, right. Rangers, after 3 years, they finished third, I think, when he came over under Aberdeen. Was it Aberdeen? I think he finished second, obviously Celtic number 1, who have been winning titles for a decade, and he stopped that run within 3 years. He's changed the mentality, he's changed the way the club runs and so on. And it's incredible. It's so quick. He's done it at such a fast pace, such a fast rate, should I say. And now Champions League footy next year, that'll be a big test. I think they already are automatically in the group stage. So tell you what, he'll be there for another season or two, I reckon. if he gets past the group stage, holy shit. But and then, people talking about the Liverpool job, maybe after Jurgen Klopp. If Rangers keep going and going and they get to the Champions League every year and they make it to the knockout stages, you'd want Gerrard to replace Jurgen. But I don't like it when ex-players get the job just because of what they did as a player. I really don't like it. Like, I don't like that way of the company doing things. You've got to earn your stripes. This is what the true joy is. You've got to earn your fucking stripes. I don't like it how Arteta, who will be a good manager in the future, obviously. I don't think he is right now. Lampard, I think he will be a good manager in the future, but he isn't now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't really rate him, but he is improving as a manager after 10 to 15 years being out of football. I don't like players. You need to earn your fucking stripes. So if Gerrard goes to the Premier League, and I understand with Rangers, win the league title. Liverpool, win the league title. As a player, always under Liverpool, you win the European Cup and you compete for the league every single year. Bare minimum, you compete. That's the mentality. So if he does go, they're meant to do this on the kickoff. If he does go to after a Newcastle or Villa, maybe not Villa because Dean Smith is doing a good job. If Hasenhüttl goes, will he go to Southampton? Mid-table as your objective, pushing for Europa League. Is that different, or do you say to Gerrard and say, right, Championship next, or probably not the Premier League, but someone like a higher Premier League team? Maybe if Rodgers goes to Leicester or I don't know. But this is really harsh. He needs to succeed in the Champions League in terms of going to knockout. So for me to want him to be a Liverpool manager, because I don't like it because if it does go wrong, I want him to fall upon his experience and say, right, this is what I need to do at this time. And after 4 years at Rangers, for example, 4 or 5 years, will that be enough to manage Liverpool? Because we've seen it with Rodgers. He was playing extraordinary football, but where the time came where he needed to, full upon experiences where challenges came upon him, he didn't know what to do, or he didn't have experience. So that's the issue with Gerrard right now. He's flying right now. He's got the club playing football. I'm talking like a soccer mum. They're playing like football. Yeah, it'll be interesting. But he will be a Liverpool manager one day. And if it is after Jurgen or if it's after Nagelsmann, he will manage. That job will be there for him. And I don't want him to re-rush because I know Liverpool are. I don't really want to talk about Gerrard as being a Liverpool manager if he doesn't earn his stripes yet. So because it'll be heartbreaking to see if he comes in and doesn't do well and he needs to get sacked or doesn't get another contract. Like, it'll be heartbreaking, right? It would, right? Just the facts. It's facts. So, yes, let me your thoughts in the comments. Rangers fans, if you watch this video, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification. Follow us on social media platforms and on Twitch. And subscribe to my second channel. It's a podcast channel. It's nothing to do with footy related. It's just me and my mate saying shite sound. And I'll see you guys later.